A tragedy in Newark, a 12-year-old football player, Elijah Brown Garcia, collapsing during a practice at a field on Friday. His mom says he wasn't tackled and he wasn't hit either. One problem, no one there knew CPR, and her son, she says, laid on the ground for about 40 minutes before any attempt was made to resuscitate him. Can you imagine? New Jersey reporter Anthony Johnson, live at Westside Park football field with the family is now demanding. Anthony?
Yeah, Bill, can you imagine so much sadness and so much grief for this family? They are certainly overwhelmed. They're still waiting for a report from the medical examiner to find out how this 12-year-old died. But he came out here on Friday afternoon to play football because he wanted to be with his younger brother.
He didn't deserve this. He was a good kid.
Heartbreak with every breath. This pain cuts deep in the soul.
He had so much further to go. He had so much more time. He was supposed to be here.
Elijah Jordan Brown Garcia was involved in light football drills last Friday here in the field at Westside Park. He collapsed right near his younger brother.
He was like ready to get back up. So I don't think he caught his breath that he needed to get.
And when he got up, he passed out.
It appears no one knew CPR, but several people called 911.
Somebody on the phone for 911 or an ambulance, they should have said to do palpitations on his chest until they get there.
A police precinct is next to the park, but 911 calls on cell phones can go to dispatchers countywide. The family says it took up to 30 minutes for EMS to arrive, and it was too late to save the sixth grader.
Why we don't have the bare minimum for the children? For the kids.
The sixth grader at the Rise Academy Charter School was an athletic child who meant so much to his family.
It's unbelievable to me because he didn't have any underlying health issues, anything. Nothing was wrong.
Football tragedies in sports have been highlighted by the incident involving Bills player Damar Hamlin. Fortunately, he had a medical team there to help. But last fall, Linden High School player Xavier McClain collapsed in a game and died. Now, a GoFundMe page is set up to help Elijah's family pay for the funeral. But the grief and anguish following a mother's loss of her firstborn child is unshakable. Now a vigil has been set for coming Saturday at 1:30 here at the field to remember young Elijah. I did reach out to the coach and spoke to him over the telephone. He told me from now on in, coaches and parents that are out here with the kids, at least one of them, will know CPR.
Okay, shalom, shalom. Kwam Yasha'Allah, Koholoyim Layahu Bashim Yahushai. Bahashem Chachachadash, double honors to our apostles and elders, a great millstone, who rule well, that by the Spirit taught us this beautiful truth. And just want to say the water to all the H.I.M and Akwaf that's out here sincerely keeping the laws, the statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai to the best of their ability. Jachanan Nawah. Just coming at you with another quick lesson, praying that it's edifying by the Spirit. And as you can see, it's another one, man. Hey, why are these healthy children falling over? Now, I didn't go into the comments, but I'm pretty sure. Let's see. It says, that is an absolute shame. Every coach and everyone else that works with kids should have to take a basic CPR course. My prayers go out to his family. Hey, I say that for the mother. You know what I'm saying? I get it that the coaches should too. But don't be questioning as to why they don't know it and you don't. You're supposed to be his mom. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, when you look at the picture, the GoFundMe picture was them at the beach. The little boy jumping through the water, right? So you trying to tell me you taking him to the beach and you don't know CPR? You're the mother. You pushing that responsibility on everybody else. Don't get me wrong. Like I said, yeah, coach. You know, you think that would be something that they would know, but you know what I'm saying? As a mother, you're standing out there and you don't know what to do. You're not going to be the one that's going to first pound on his chest and put your mouth to his mouth and hold his nose and breathe through him. And you should know it. First off, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it's a number of things with this, man. Here she goes. She's on the dolo. All you hear is women talking. You see a man, but you know, he's not talking. Don't know if he's the father or not, which I doubt. If so, you know, it's normally the woman that's running off at the mouth. You know what I'm saying? And she's doing the interviews and these news conferences, man. Right? It says, I can't believe that no one adult there started CPR. If you call 911, they will take you through it. Yeah, anyway. Got nothing to do with nothing because that CPR wasn't going to save that child because the Lord wanted him to die. And we'll get that real quick. Let's get that real fast. Because you're not going to, the Lord says that you can't get out of his hand if he wants you to die. You can forget about it. I don't give a shit that you had the jump starters with you. What's the things they put on your chest to make your ass bounce up off the ground? Still wouldn't have helped because it wasn't the will of the Lord. And see what a lot of these women too, they want their children to play these fucking sports. Why? Because that's their way out of the hood. They've seen, all a nigga thinking about is entertaining the so-called white man running, jumping. They're not saying, hey, son, I'm gonna, why don't you, I'm gonna get you a tutor. I'm gonna get you into, math, science, this, that, and the third. No, what they'll do is they'll take them and try and get them to play some fucking sports, and their academics will be shitty as hell. They don't care, man. But those are the curses, man. Deuteronomy 32 and 39. See now that I am he, and there is no God with me. I kill and I make alive. I wound and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand. You see that? Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand. So it wouldn't have made no difference if all of them knew CPR. Wouldn't have made no difference. You see what I'm saying? So I just wanted to just touch on this for a hot sec. I seen it, but we already know what it is. We pretty much know what it is. I just wanted to see if anybody in here was going to say something about it. For those who won't acknowledge the obvious cause, is it because you took it too and don't want to face the reality? Hey, we know what you're talking about, work, Jeff. We know what it is. See, he's talking about that 3-point shot with that flagrant foul shot. Y'all went out and rolled your sleeves up. And a lot of these women, they went out here and they trusted in the so-called white man to make their baby safe. And that's that scripture that goes off into because see, this is what they were thinking about with that CPR shit as well. This Isaiah 31 and verse 1, it says, "Woe to them that go down to Egypt for help." See, they want the so-called white man to help them and stay on horses and trust in chariots because they are many, and in the horsemen because they are very strong. But they look not to the Holy One of Israel, neither seek the Lord. They didn't seek Yahweh. I'm sure they was praying, but they was praying to white Jesus. Idolatry. The blonde-haired, blue-eyed white guy that they say is coming to save all these Negroes. After these so-called white people put you in hardcore, vigorous slavery, you still here trying to make it out of the hood by using your kid to go to the NFL. Those people, that's your white Jesus for you. So you're dependent upon him. You're not calling on the true Father, Yahweh, in the name of his son, Yahushai. You're calling on the so-called white man and his white Jesus that whipped and beat all kinds of nonsense into you into trusting this man. So here you go fussing about, and nobody knew CPR, and you calling, but you're not calling on the true and living power, man. I mean, it's simple, man. You see what I'm saying? They go down to Egypt. They trust in this man's science. They trust in his philosophies. They trust in all his science, his books. This motherfucker destroying all the earth. And here you go, you trusting in him and running in behind him. Because he gives you food stamps. He's giving you Section 8. And you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American women, man, y'all gonna realize that you fucked up dealing with this man and getting rid of fucking up your households and getting with this man and destroying the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American families, man. You're gonna realize that you got suckered. You got suckered. Here you go. You got the nigga woman on TV, but you don't see no man in you see one guy in the background. He could have been a brother or something like that. Who knows? But still, even if he was the brother, he appeared to be old enough to speak. He should have been the one speaking. He should have been the one speaking. He had a beard and everything. Here he go. He in the backdrop taking care of the damn children and shit while they running their mouth. So it's all out of order, man. I mean, and the only one that they actually had male say anything was the little boy, the younger brother. He didn't appear to even be sad that he lost his brother. He probably wasn't, because that's how fucked up we are as a people, man. Anyway, I don't even want to keep this long. I just wanted to go off in here and see if somebody was going to mention that Kool-Aid that they took during them past 2 years. If you went and took them Boost Mobiles, man. Did you take that Capri Sun, man? It says, blame these useless parents. Anyone can call CPR, can learn CPR. I said that. I just said that. certified or not, the 911 operator could have walked someone through the steps. It's so sad. It always takes a tragedy for things to be done correctly when it should have been done all along. Anytime you take responsibility for children, you must have the proper care and training available in case of an emergency. See, there's that accountability there. They don't want to put the accountability on a woman because she should have knew it if she felt that way. All of them should have knew it. Why don't nobody in your family know CPR while you trying to talk? With the coaches, they're telling you straight up, by the state's law, they don't have to know it. But what about you? What about a caring parent? You know, it's hot outside. You're sending them to the pool. They want to go swim. What about you? Why don't you know CPR? I mean, I learned it when I was in school. You know what I'm saying? It was just a class. I probably wouldn't have done it, unless I had to do it to pass my class. But, shit, I don't even know. I still remember it, but I've never done no CPR on nobody before. But my thing is if you have children, because like I said again, here's the GoFundMe picture. Let me see. Where's that at? Let's go back into it real quick. If you go back.
There, now to that track.
Let's go to the picture real quick, right? This is the GoFundMe picture right here. Let me see.
Now a vigil has been set for coming Saturday at 1:30 here at the field to remember young Elijah. I did reach out to the coach and spoke to him over the telephone.
So lucky. I want to get right here.
Unshakable.
Might have took it back too far, but I mean.
Now a GoFundMe page is set up to help Elijah.
See, that's the GoFundMe page right there. You at the beach. You don't know CPR? Come on, man. you see, that's the accountability of the so-called black woman. She wants to push the blame off on everybody. Why don't you know CPR? Since you feel that way. You see? Why aren't you thinking to yourselves, hey, my children? Matter of fact, you know what? A lot of this shit has been going on. No, I don't want you to play no sports. Children don't have to play no fucking sports. They can still go do exercise and stay in shape. But the so-called nigga woman, I'm telling you, and the so-called black man, don't get me wrong, they use these children to do what they wanted to do when they were children. Or that's their way of getting out of the hood. They use these kids to get fucking rap, do all kinds of, they got them in videos with guns and chains on or with a brick of money, and they teaching the little girls how to twerk, man, all kinds of wickedness, man. So when it comes to this type of judgment, I mean, it's sad. They're Israelites, but I mean, when it straight comes down to it, man, I'm with what the Lord is with. If the Lord knocked him off, then hey, all praises to Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Straight up. So I just wanted to touch on this for a hot sec, man. With that, I pray that this lesson was edifying. Kwam Yashala.